Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and a very warm welcome to Pointless, the show where obvious answers mean nothing and obscure answers mean everything. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hello, my name is James, and this is my Gran Marjorie, and we're from Sunderland.
Couple number two.
Hello, I'm Sharmila from South London, and this is my best friend and sister, Usha from Hertfordshire.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Imran. I'm from Sheffield, and this is my very good friend Ellie, who's from Farnham.
And finally, couple number four.
Hello, I'm Jane. I'm from Brighton. This is my little brother, Philip, and he's from Arundel.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much indeed, all of you. A very warm welcome to Pointless. It's wonderful to have you all here. There's only one person left for me to introduce, one of the UK's most recognisable newsreaders. She's so at home behind her desk. She's already installed under-desk heating, a foot spa, and has a pedicurist arriving in about 10 minutes. It is my Pointless friend. It is Angela Rippon.
Hello, Sam. And if you're nice to me today, I'll let you borrow my masseur as well, because she turns up when you're all busy doing things over there, so you don't see her.
Between the rounds.
Between the rounds. Hey, didn't we have a good programme last time?
Didn't we just?
We had Pointless cascading down that tube practically throughout the programme, didn't we?
Unbelievable. And we started off with a tiny jackpot, and it grew and it grew and it grew.
It grew, so...
Yes.
Yeah, so something to aim for today, particularly for our newbies. Welcome to our new couples that have joined us today. Good luck.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Steve and Jane won the jackpot last time, so today's jackpot starts off back at £1,000. There it is. It'll grow and grow and grow, believe me. All right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Something to bear in mind as you are answering. It's always the pair with the highest score at the end of each round that will be eliminated, so keep your scores as low as you dare, and everything should be great. Best of luck to everybody. Our first category this afternoon is the UK singles chart. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns the biggest songs not to have reached UK #1, Angela.
Well, in 2024, the official charts company published a list of the 100 biggest songs that never did reach #1 in the UK charts. Now, it's based on their combined sales and streams. So we're going to show you the titles of songs from that list, along with the initials of the artists or bands and the year that the song first charted in the top 40 in the UK. We just need you to tell us the names of those artists, please.
Thank you very much indeed. So we are looking for the artists who had hits with these nearly top-of-the-pops songs. Here's our first board of 7. Halo, B, 2009. 2002, AM, 2018. Bittersweet Symphony, TV, 1997. I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day, W, 1973. Mr. Brightside, TK, 2004, Living on a Prayer, BJ, 1986, and Bad Guy, BE, 2019. There we are. James, welcome back to Pointless. Tell us more about yourself, James.
Well, I mentioned that I did joinery for my job, but I've also done a few competitions in joinery, and I did one most recent, and I did reach the top 8 in the country for cabinet making.
Top 8 in the country?
Yeah.
And that was when?
Last year.
Last year. I'm thinking you've only got better since then. And other people might have fallen off the stride slightly. So maybe you're a bit higher up. This is incredible. If this was all about carpentry and marquetry, you'd be a celebrity. You'd be on Celebrity Pointless.
I was hoping it would be.
Well, maybe you'll come back in that role. Now, James, which of these would you like to go for?
So I think I'm going to go for the bottom one with Bad Guy and say Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish for Bad Guy. Let's see how many of our 100 people agree with James. Billie Eilish, absolutely right. Down it goes to 15. Very well done indeed. Very strong start.
Yeah, never made #1 here in the UK, but it did in America. Here, it only got to #2 in our charts. But interesting fact about Billie Eilish, it made her the first person born in the 21st century to have a #1 in the United States. She must have been very young.
She must have, she was, 2019. I think she and her brother wrote all these songs at home.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you very much indeed, Angela. Now then, Sharmila, welcome back.
Hello.
It's with a slightly heavy heart because I know this is your last show. We've so loved having you. We need to know more. More. It's our last chance, after all.
Yes, so when I'm not working, one of the things I do is that I'm a trustee of a small charity in North London called the George Padmore Institute, and it's got archives and educational resources relating to the black and brown communities in Britain over the last 80 years. So we're just trying to give people more education about the contributions we've made to history in Britain.
Fascinating. And you look after the archive there?
Well, no, we have an archivist, thank goodness.
Right.
I'm on the board, so for my sins at the moment, I'm the treasurer. But we do lots of exciting things, like we just published 2 children's books for the first time.
Brilliant.
And, you know, so they've gone to lots of schools and libraries around the country.
Wonderful, Sharmila. Oh, fantastic. Now, what would you like to go for on our board?
Ooh, I'm rubbish at modern music, so it might be a big score, but I'm going to go for I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day, Wizard.
Wizard, for I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day. Let's see how many of our 100 people agree with Sharmila. It is Wizard. Still going down. Down to 30. This isn't bad at all, Sharmila. 30 for Wizard.
Yes, it actually only got to number 4 in the British charts, but I tell you, it may not have made number 1, but it has made an awful lot of money for Wizard.
Oh, it
because, according to an online royalties calculator, I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day generates around £180,000 in royalties every year, because it always gets paid at Christmas.
Of course it does.
Not bad for Wizard.
Not bad. Thank you very much indeed. Now then, Imran, welcome to Pointers. How terrific it is to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm a PhD student at the University of York, studying microbiology.
Very good. York's just staggeringly lovely, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh,
You get very sick of it. It's a very small place when you're there for a few years.
I
But
don't believe it. Sick of it. No, no, no. Have you been to Evensong at York Minster?
I haven't, no.
That's a thing you should do. I mean, all you have to do is just sit there and they sing the most beautiful music and it just drifts over you. It's lovely.
I did go to see Jethro Tull performing at the York Minster.
And you can just sit there and let it drift over you. Lovely. Fabulous. Now, Imran, let's turn our attention to these nearly #1 songs.
I'm going to go for the one that is my favourite of the bunch, which is Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve.
The Verve. Yes, indeed. TV. How many of our 100 people said The Verve? Verve, absolutely right. Well, 30 is our high score, 15 is our low. 23 is where you end up with The Verve.
Didn't get to number 1, but it did peak at number 2, which I suppose was not bad. Bittersweet Symphony actually samples an instrumental version of the Rolling Stones song The Last Time by Andrew Loog Oldham, who apparently was the very first manager and producer for the Stones.
Thank you very much indeed. Now then, Jane, welcome to Pointers. It's lovely to have you here.
Thank you.
But tell us all about yourself.
Well, I'm enjoying my retirement after a career in the law. And one of
Lovely.
the things I particularly like to do is sing. I'm a choral singer in a large symphony chorus, and I'm going to give a shout-out for the Brighton Festival Chorus, if I may.
Only the Brighton Festival Chorus, one
Yep.
of the most famous choruses there is in the country. I mean, amazing.
Yep.
How long have you been singing with them?
41 years.
Heavens above,
With
well
a couple of
done
breaks.
you. And how often do you have to re-audition every year?
Yeah, every 3 years.
Every 3 years?
Yeah, that's very nerve-wracking because you
bet
know
it
how
is.
much you've got to lose.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's so exciting. Lovely to meet you. Brilliant. It's always lovely speaking to people from choruses. Jane, this board is all yours. Would you like to fill in all the blanks?
I'm afraid I can't. They're a bit modern for me. I'm going to try, it's a bit of a guess, Living on a Prayer, Billy Joel.
Living on a Prayer, Billy Joel, says Jane. I mean, it fits, BJ.
It fits, yeah.
It does. Shall we see if it's the right BJ? Billy Joel. No, Jane, I'm sorry. A different BJ. That scores you 100 points.
Oh, bad luck. OK, let's go through the board. What do you like on them, Xander? I know you love choral music. How are you on this lot?
I mean, should we go for Living on a Prayer?
Yeah.
Bon Jovi, that
It is
we know.
Bon Jovi, yes, it is indeed. And if you'd got Bon Jovi, actually 57 people did know that, so it was quite a high score anyway.
The Killers, Mr. Brightside.
Yes, 27 that would have scored.
The top of the thing, I think Halo is Beyoncé.
Yes, it is. 34 people knew that. And the lowest one on the board here.
I'm going to have a crack at this.
Yeah.
I happen to know there is an artist called Anne-Marie.
There is.
And that could, A-M, sings Anne-Marie to me.
And to at least 10 people, because that's how many people recognised it.
Oh, that's right.
So
Good.
you were right.
Oh, I'm
There you
thrilled.
go.
Good. Marvellous. Thank you very much indeed. We're halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. I can tell you that 15 is the best score of the past, James. So hats off to you and Marjorie. There you are. 23 is where we find Imran and Ellie. And then 30 is where we find Sharmila and Usha. And then I'm afraid it's up to 100 for Jane and Philip. But Philip, you'll get the new board. You never know. Maybe there'll be some lovely low-scoring Anne-Marie type thing going on that board that you can pinch for yourself. Well, good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 7 more clues to the biggest songs that didn't reach the UK #1 on the board. And here they are, 7 more. Smells Like Teen Spirit, N, 1991. Set Fire to the Rain, A, 2011. Dreams, FM, 1977. Let It Go, IM, 2014. Save Your Tears, TW, 2021. Fast Car, TC, 1988. And Watermelon Sugar, HS 2019. Philip, welcome. Great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Philip.
I'm 65. I'm retired after working in communications for charities for many years. And I once bumped into Bruce Springsteen as we were both buying postcards in downtown Sydney, Australia.
That's fun. Were you
Very fun.
both looking at the same rack, trying to turn it to your
Yeah, well, he was
postcard?
at one carousel, I was at the other, and we spent 10 minutes eyeing each other up, hoping I think he was hoping he wouldn't be recognised.
By all accounts, one of the loveliest people in the world.
Oh, he was great. He spent about 10 minutes chatting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's so nice. You say, oh, if only I had something here you could sign.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
Philip,
did think of it.
Philip, you're on 100. You are the high scorers. We need a low score from you. What are you thinking?
Yeah, some of them are a bit modern as well. I think I'll have to go for Tracy Chapman for Fast Car.
Fast Car, Tracy Chapman, says Philip. Shall we see how many of our 100 said Tracy Chapman? There's no red line for you, I'm afraid, as you're the high scorers. Tracy Chapman, absolutely on the money. 35 for Tracy Chapman, taking your total up to 135.
And she peaked at number 4 in the charts here. But when she performed at the 2024 Grammy Awards, along with the country singer Luke Combs, she actually got a standing ovation for it. So maybe that made up for not being number 1.
There, that's nice. Thank you very much indeed. Ellie, welcome to Pointless. Introduce yourself to the world.
So I'm Ellie. I'm also a PhD student like Imran at the University of York. That's how we met. And I study I use chemistry to date archaeological and geological material.
Very good. Is this a constantly evolving science? They're finding new ways of dating, or have you pretty
Yeah,
much
or
got-
adapting the old ones, I guess.
Adapting the old ones.
So,
And do you have sort of archaeologists sort of sending you their findings?
archaeologists, paleontologists,
And
geologists.
they just sit there on tenterhooks waiting for your verdict, presumably.
They're a bit more impatient than that, probably.
Yes, sorry. Stand there, jump
Yes.
about on tenterhooks.
Get emails being like, when are you going to date
When are
this?
you going to date these things? I mean, you go, listen, it's been there for nearly 1.5 million years. It can wait a couple of more days.
Yes, exactly. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Ellie, listen, you're on 23. The good news is you're through to the next round, come what may. Still, it'd be nice to get a low score.
Yes, I think I'm going to go with Set Fire to the Rain, which I think is by Adele.
Adele, Set Fire to the Rain. Should we see how many of our 100 said Adele? No red line. For that lovely reason, you're already through. Adele is right. Down goes to 33, taking your total up to 56.
And peaked at number 11 in the charts here. And I'm not sure if this is the information that everybody would want to hear, but apparently Adele said that she got the title for the song in the middle of the night when she got up to use the bathroom. Too much information.
Yes, thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Usha, welcome back.
Hello.
And it is your last show. It is your last show. I have terrific news. You are in round 2. Wow. Whatever happens, you are in round 2. But before that, tell us more about Usha.
Well, as it's our last show, I think it's probably time to tell you about the rugby players' bottoms.
What?
Yes. I was wondering when it would come up, yes.
So, as you know, I was a games maker at the London 2012
Indeed.
Olympics, and I joined the games maker choir after that. And we were very, very lucky to get some wonderful gigs singing at international rugby tournaments, including the World Cup.
Heavens above.
And being short, I used to be in the front row.
Yeah.
And obviously, when you're lining up for the anthems, all you have in front of you are rugby
players'
men's
bottoms.
bottoms.
Wow.
And I think they put me in the front because they needed several layers of choir people behind me to hold me back to stop an international incident taking place.
Excellent, Lucia. Now then, good news, as I say, you are through to the next round, come what may. I think you're going to have a good answer from this board.
I think I would go for Dreams and Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac for Dreams. Let's see how many of our 100 said that. No red line, you're already through. Fleetwood Mac is right. It's a cracking answer. Look at that. 10. Very well done indeed, taking your total up to 40.
Well, Fleetwood Mac did have a #1 here in the UK in 1969 with Albatross, but unfortunately, that one only got to number 24 in the charts.
Thank you very much indeed, Angela. Marjorie, welcome back. Lovely to have you with us again. Tell us more about yourself, Marjorie.
But when I was younger, I was on pantomime with Roy Dotrice.
Really?
Yes, yes. He was with the professional players in South Shields, and they did a play every week.
Yes.
And they did a pantomime at Christmas.
How amazing.
And I went to a tap dancing school, and they came to the school for chorus girls. And I was chosen as one of the chorus girls.
How fantastic. And this was in South Shields?
South Shields, yes.
Fabulous, Marjorie. How lovely. Now, listen, you're on 15. It doesn't matter what you score. You're still going to go to round 2.
That's good. But the only one I can guess at, which might be Watermelon Sugar, Harry Styles.
This is impressive, Marjorie. Harry Styles for Watermelon Sugar. Should we see how many of our 100 people said Harry Styles for HS? Marjorie, brilliant. Down again to 26. Very well done indeed, taking your total up to 41.
Oh, you tap danced nicely to that one, Marjorie, didn't you? Yes, well done. But we've still got 3 empty spaces there. Do you want to have a go, Xander?
Well, I can give you Nirvana at the top.
Yeah, that would have got you 36.
Let It Go, of course, we remember it from Frozen.
I Am
Yes.
was Idina Menzel, and that was actually the lowest score on the board. That was just 4.
That's
Save
right.
Your Tears.
I have no idea.
The Weekend.
I do have some idea.
You do have some
I do
idea.
have some.
You and 11 other people.
There
you
go.
go.
Thank you very much indeed. That brings us to the end of our first round. It also means we have to send home our first pair of the afternoon. Philip and Jane, I'm sorry to say that is you. You'll be back. I have no doubt you'll go all the way, if not next show, the show after. But meanwhile, thank you very much for playing. Philip and Jane. But for the remaining 3 pairs, now time for round 2. Well done, everybody. We've made it to round 2. And here we are, down to 3 pairs. Well done, Usha, our lowest individual scorer on that last round. In fact, Usha and Sharmila are our lowest combined scorers. So fantastic work on that middle podium. But good luck to all of you for round 2. Our category today is a literal bunch of 5s. And you'll decide in your pairs what that means and who's going to go first, who's going to go second. And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns groups of 5 in literature. Angela.
Now, in a moment, we're going to give you 5 categories relating to literature, each of which has exactly 5 answers. And we'd like you to give us the answer from any of these categories.
Thank you very much indeed. So, as Angela's just mentioned, we're going to put 5 groups of 5s from literature up on the board. It'll all become apparent, I'm guessing, when we see what's on the board. Let's hope, anyway. Here it comes. We have Shakespeare tragedies with one-word titles, Bennet Sisters in Pride and Prejudice, non-Hobbit Fellowship of the Ring members, Willy Wonka's Golden Ticket winners, and sequels to Noughts and Crosses.
Now, for the Shakespeare tragedies, we do mean plays that are listed as tragedies in the first folio of 1623, and the titles as per the Royal Shakespeare Company's website.
Thank you very much indeed. So, Marjorie, there we are. Which of these categories would you like to go for?
I think you'll go for Shakespeare's tragedies and say Othello.
Othello, says Marjorie. Shall we see how many of our 100 people said Othello? 28 for Othello. Very well done.
And in fact, in the play Othello, jealousy is described as the green-eyed monster, one that I think we are all familiar with subsequently.
Thank you very much indeed, Angela. Now then, Usha.
Yes, I'm going to go for Pride and Prejudice, and I'm going to go for Kitty.
Kitty. Kitty Bennett. Shall we see how many of our 100 people said Kitty? Kitty is right. 28 is the only score we have at the moment. And Kitty is a pointless answer, if you please, Usha. Very well done indeed. Being a pointless answer, of course, it adds £250 to today's jackpot, taking the total up to £1,250, and it scores you nothing. Brilliant.
And you're clearly a fan of the book. And, of course, Kitty is the fourth of the Bennett sisters, and she's the one that doesn't have an awful lot to do in the book, does she? But well remembered.
Thank you very much indeed, Angela. Now, Ellie, what are you thinking of?
I think I'm going to go for Lord of the Rings. I'm going to go with Boromir.
Boromir. Boromir, says Ellie. Should we see how many of our 100 said that? Boromir's right. 28 still our high score, nothing our low score. Boromir down to 4. Very well done indeed. 4 for Boromir.
Yes, and Boromir, of course, is the heir to the steward of Gondor, and in the films, he was played by Sean Bean.
Thank you very much indeed. We're halfway through the round. Let's have a quick recap of those scores. Nothing, Usha, the best score of the past. Let's just wallow in that for a moment or two. Splendid work there. And then we travel up to 4, where we find Ellie and Imran, and then up to 28, where we find Marjorie and James. So, James, get thinking of a lovely, obscure, low-scoring answer to balance things out and make sure we can see you in the head-to-head. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? So we are looking at these fascinating groups of 5 in literature. And Imran, you're going to try and find the lowest scoring one you can think of from one of these categories. And by the way, you're on 4, which means 23 or less gets you into the head-to-head.
OK, well, I'm going to go for one that I'm fairly confident with. Violet Beauregard, I believe is how it's pronounced.
Violet Beauregard. Violet Beauregard, yes. You get a red line. There it is. Shall we see if we can trouble that red line with Violet Beauregard? It's absolutely right. Gets you through. And down to 10. Very well done indeed. 14 your total. Superb.
Violet is the one who's constantly chewing gum. And apparently, against Wonka's advice, she takes a piece of gum which is still in its experimental stage and immediately turns into a giant blueberry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much indeed. Sharmila.
Hello.
Now then, you are on nothing. So a score of 27 or less is adequate to get you into the head-to-head. What are we going to go for?
OK, I will try to pay homage to my sister with Pride and Prejudice, and I think Lydia.
Lydia, says Sharmila. You get a red line. Should we see if Lydia can get you below that red line? I feel it might. It's absolutely right. You are through. Ah, down to 2. Very well done indeed. Taking your total up to 2.
And Lydia is the youngest of the Bennett sisters, and she's the one who runs off with the villainous Mr. Wickham and brings real shame on the family.
Terrible, Wickham. Thank you very much indeed. Now, James, I'm afraid the writing is on the wall, even before you've given your answer. Nothing wrong with Marjorie's lovely score, but we just then had a whole string of phenomenal insider knowledge of Pride and Prejudice and Lord of the Rings. So what would you like to go for?
It's not great for me, really, but I'm going to just take a slight guess at the non-Hobbit, and I'm going to say Gimli.
Gimli, says James, for the non-Hobbit. Should we see if that's right? Should we see how far down the board we get with it? If it is Gimli, no red line for you, I'm afraid, as you're the high scorers. Gimli is right. I mean, James, this is a great answer. Look at that. Look at that, down to 5. Brilliant score. Taking your total up to 33.
And Gimli is a very brave, axe-wielding dwarf. And in the film, he was played by John Rhys-Davies.
Thank you very much indeed.
Sandra, have you got an answer for any of those?
Cymbeline.
Cymbeline.
We'll have that, shall we?
That's in the Shakespeare lot.
Yes.
It's a pointless answer.
Oh,
well done.
hooray. Good.
Well, we had some great answers there, but let's take a look at some of the other answers that you might have had. Now, starting with the Shakespearean tragedies, you could have had Macbeth, Hamlet, Othello, which Marjorie actually said, Coriolanus and Cymbeline, as you said, Xander. They were both pointless. The Bennet sisters in Pride and Prejudice were Jane, Elizabeth, Mary, Lydia and Kitty. And again, we heard two of the lowest scores in that category. Now, for Lord of the Rings, you could have had Gandalf, Legolas, Aragorn, Gimli or Boromir, of course. And again, we did hear two of the best answers. Golden ticket winners were Charlie Bucket, Veruca Salt, Violet Beauregard, Mike TV, or the wonderfully named Augustus Gloop, who was actually the lowest score. And finally, sequels to Noughts and Crosses were Knife Edge, Checkmate, Crossfire, Endgame and Double Cross, in that order, with Double Cross actually being a pointless score.
Thank you very much indeed, Angela. That brings us to the end of our second round. It means we have to say goodbye to our second pair of the afternoon. James and Marjorie, I'm afraid it is you. We will see you again next time. We can take it much further then, I'm quite certain. But meanwhile, thank you very much for playing. Lovely to have you on, James and Marjorie. For the remaining two pairs, though, it is now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Sharmila and Usha, Ellie and Imran. You are now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £1,250. I say currently, because right now is where we can throw some more money into it by finding a couple of pointless answers. This is just for fun. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Mediterranean cruise ports as they could. Angela.
Well, you're going to see 6 options on the board. 2 of them are scoring, 2 of them are pointless, and 2 of them are not Mediterranean ports at all. So £250 in the jackpot for each of the pointless answers you can come up with.
Thank you very much. Can you spot the pointless Mediterranean cruise ports from these 6? Algiers, Mykonos, Dubrovnik, Belgrade, Saint-Tropez, and Chambota. Does anybody have anything to chip in?
Well, I think Belgrade isn't a port.
Yeah.
I think it's landlocked.
That's what I think as well. And I
And
think Dubrovnik is on the coast.
Yeah.
And would people let cruises into Saint-Tropez? The posh
that's a good
people.
question.
I feel like Dubrovnik might be quite a good.
And maybe Chambota, just because it's a bit more...
OK, Sharmila and Usha, what would you like to nominate?
Should we try Dubrovnik then?
OK, should we try Dubrovnik? Is Dubrovnik a pointless Mediterranean cruise port? It's a Mediterranean cruise port.
That's good.
Very beautiful it is, too. That goes down to 9. There we are. Now then, Ellie and Imran.
Mykonos, I'm pretty sure, would be a Mediterranean cruise port. And Saint-Tropez, I think, would be too. But I feel like it's a bit more known. So I might go for Mykonos.
I trust you. Mykonos.
OK, we'll do Mykonos. Is Mykonos a pointless cruise port? Well, it's right. And it's pointless. Very well done indeed. Superb. Well,
Not only is Mykonos a point where a lot of people get dropped off, yes, it's one of the Greek islands, of course, but you also named the other pointless, which is Saint-Tropez. Yes, even the rich people let the cruise ships into Saint-Tropez, so those are the 2 pointless ones. You also spotted that Belgrade, of course, is not a port. And Chambota, not surprising you've never heard of it as a port, because it's actually a vegetable stew from Italy. Algiers would have scored 1 point because it is a port. And Dubrovnik, yes, you've got that there, so well done.
thank you very much. And better than that, you managed to find a pointless answer. So we can add £250 to the jackpot. And it now, therefore, stands at £1,500. But who'll be paying for it? Well, let's find out in the head-to-head. As ever, the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot, and you can confer before you give your answers, which is marvellous. Best of luck to both pairs. Here is our first question, and it's all about star signs, Angela.
Well, we're going to show you 5 pictures of things that represent different star signs, along with their symbols. Now, to help you, we'll also be giving you blanks for the letters in their names. So you just have to fill in the blanks and then tell us the names of these star signs.
Thank you very much indeed. So let's reveal our 5 star sign clues, and here they come. We have A, B, C, D, and E. There we are. Sharmila and Usha will go first.
We're going to take a go at C because we believe that's my son's star sign, which is Libra.
Libra for C, say Sharmila and Usha. Now, Ellie and Imran, can you talk us through that board?
Okay, so A is definitely Taurus. I feel like B might be Virgo.
I think D is Capricorn and E is Pisces. I think you're right. I think Virgo's a good guess, and I think that we might have to go for the risky answer.
Yeah, let's go for B and Virgo.
You're going to say Virgo for B. So we have Libra and we have Virgo. Sharmila and Usha have said Libra for C. Shall we see if that's right? Shall we see how many people said it? It is right. Very good indeed. Libra scoring you 46. Meanwhile, Ellie and Imran are saying Virgo for B. Should we see how many of our 100 said Virgo? Virgo, absolutely right. Has to beat 46, and it does. Very well done indeed. 16, extremely good tactics there as well. Worth taking that risk, I think. And it means after one question, you are up 1-0.
And Ellie and Imran, you actually talked us through the board and gave us all the correct answers. So Taurus, indeed it is. A scored 43. Virgo, you've got there 16, the goddess of wheat and agriculture. You've got the scales of justice, my birth sign actually, Libra, 46.
Nice.
Capricorn, 21. And Pisces would have scored a whopping 64.
And that's my birth sign. So there we are. We're all included.
So you're in February.
Very nice. Early March.
Early March.
Early March.
Oh, well, make a note in your diaries, viewers.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, now here comes your second question. Now, Sharmila, Anusha, Ellie and Imran get to answer it first, but you've got to win this one to stay in the game, so good luck. Our second question is all about TV consumer affairs shows.
And we're going to show you the titles of 5 TV consumer affairs shows, past and present. However, we have removed the vowels from the titles of the show. So please fill in the missing vowels and then give us the names of the programmes.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, let's reveal the 5 clues to consumer affairs shows. FKBRTN, JLYCTTSGTYRBCK, THTSLF, RGTRDRS, and WTCHDG. There we are. Ellie and Imran get to go first.
So I think we're going to go for, because we both love him, Joe Lycett's Got Your Back.
Joe Lycett's Got Your Back, say Ellie and Imran. So then, Sharmila and Usha, would you like to talk us through that board?
So I think it's Fake Britain, That's Life, Rogue Traders and Watchdog. And I think we'll go for Rogue Traders.
Rogue Traders, say Sharmila and Usha. So we have Joe Lycett's Got Your Back and Rogue Traders. Ellie and Imran have gone for Joe Lycett's Got Your Back. Let's see how many of our 100 got that. Very well done indeed, 11 for that. Meanwhile, Sharmila and Usha are going for Rogue Traders. Should we see how many of our 100 said that? Rogue Traders. Rogue Traders, absolutely right. 34 for Rogue Traders. And that means very well done indeed, Ellie and Imran. After only 2 questions, you're straight through to the final 2-0.
Sharmila and Usha, you did brilliantly, actually. You cleared the board first and you got all of them absolutely correct, but there was nothing you could do because, of course, Ellie and Imran actually took the lowest score on the board, which was 11 for Joe Lycett's Got Your Back. But just to go through them, Fake Britain, yes, you were right on that. 44 people knew that. That's Life, 69. And Watchdog, 80 people knew the answer to that.
Thank you very much indeed, Angela. And that means the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head is Sharmila and Usha. You've been so brilliant this show. I really thought this was going to be your moment. I'm so sorry, but this is where we say goodbye. Thank you so much for coming to play. It's been lovely having you here, Sharmila and Usha. For Ellie and Imran, though, now time for the Pointless Final. Congratulations, Ellie and Imran. You fought off all the competition and you've won our coveted Pointless trophy.
Yay.
You now have a chance to win the Pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £1,500. All that's between you and it is a pointless answer. What would you like to come up?
I guess for me, like maybe geography or literature's probably the thing. So, and the bit of science I study, anything else, absolutely.
Anything else, forget it. Right, Imran?
I could probably do some music, but music's always a bit of a mixed bag. It's either an artist or a genre you know. But I have a pretty good musical background, so maybe.
OK, well, let's hope. It'd be really nice if you took this. I mean, you've only been on one show.
I know.
It would seem entirely fitting. As always, you get to choose from the 4 that we put up on the board. Let's see what today's choices are. The 2023 Netball World Cup, repeated geography, Spike Lee, senior church figures.
Repeated geography, I think, is probably the one I'd be most
Yeah, I
about.
think we can make guesses in repeated geography.
Yeah.
Should we go for it?
Yeah, I did play netball, but I know very little about it being played professionally, so...
So repeated geography?
Yeah.
OK, there we are. Angela.
We're looking for the name of any country other than the UK whose short form name, as usually written in British English, has at least 2 different letters of the alphabet that appear twice. Or we're looking for any national capital whose name has at least 2 different letters of the alphabet appearing twice. So, for instance, if this were cities in the United Kingdom, Hereford would be a correct answer because it has 2 E's and 2 R's. That's as of July 2024, and as always, by country, what we mean is a sovereign state that is a member of the United Nations in its own right. And by capital, we mean the capital city of a sovereign state that is a member of the United Nations in its own right. So, very best of luck to you both.
Thank you very much indeed, Angela. Now, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. If you can find 3 pointless answers, we will throw in a £500 bonus. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
OK, so my favourite name of a city is Ouagadougou, which is the capital of Burkina Faso. I think it sounds incredible, and that's almost certainly going to be a good answer.
Yeah. What do you think about countries?
Countries.
So
Oof.
repeated letters.
I'm trying to run through some, but it's really like blank. Sierra Leone has 2 R's and 2 E's, doesn't it?
Yeah, Sierra Leone might be a good one, actually. I don't think many people know about that one.
I think some of the African and South American countries might be good. We're going to go for countries. Mexico City would be the capital of Mexico, right?
Yeah.
And that's got 2 O's. Sorry, it's got 2
I's and 2 C's.
2 I's and 2 C's, that's it, yeah.
I thought like a country like Angola's got 2 O's. No, haven't it?
What are you thinking of?
I'm thinking some of the countries around
10
there, like
seconds left.
Tanzania.
Tanzania, yeah. Does
Is
that
that
work?
sort of 2 N's and 2 A's?
Tanzania's good. So we got Ouagadougou, Tanzania, Mexico City.
Yeah, let's go for that.
OK, that is your time up. Sounds like you've got 3 answers. Let's have them.
OK, so for capital cities, we're going to say Ouagadougou
OK, Ouagadougou,
and Mexico City.
Mexico City,
And then for countries,
I'm going to go for Tanzania.
Tanzania. Of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer, do you think?
Ouagadougou.
Ouagadougou,
OK, Ouagadougou we'll put last. Least likely to be pointless?
I think Mexico City.
probably
Mexico City, then we put Tanzania in the middle. So Mexico City, Tanzania, Ouagadougou. Let's put those answers up on the board in that order. And here they are. We have Mexico City, Tanzania, and Ouagadougou. Well, if one of these were to win you that jackpot, £1,500, what would you like to do with it? Ellie, I'm going to ask you first.
No, I think because we're both coming to the end of our PhDs, I feel like a nice little holiday to celebrate finishing would be
that'd be
good because
nice.
we're both quite tired and frazzled at the moment.
Well, I can think of 3 places you could go.
Yeah, these are our holiday options.
Yeah, there you
Mexico
go.
City.
Yeah. Anything you want to add to that, Imran?
So I'm actually just found out I'm going to be moving to Ireland next year. I've just been offered a job in Ireland, in Cork.
Wow.
So Going to need a bit of money for putting deposits on flats and
certainly
moving
are.
things over, so...
That's exciting. To Cork.
Yeah. York to Cork.
Looking forward to
Absolutely
visiting him.
wonderful. Yeah. Beautiful place to be. Anyway, let's put this answer to the test. Your first answer was Mexico City. In all three cases, we're looking for names that have two repeated letters. In this case, it's capital cities. Let's see how many of our 100 said Mexico City. Might it be pointless for £1,500? It's right. That's the first thing it has to be. It just has to go all the way down to the bottom of the column, and Mexico City will win you £1,500. Down we go. Into single figures. Still going down with Mexico City. Still going down. You've done it! Very well done indeed. Well, listen, that's your first answer, and it's pointless. I did say, if you found 3 pointless answers, we'll throw in a £500 bonus. So let's just see. Tanzania is your second answer. Back on countries, Tanzania. Is that pointless? Is right, obviously. We just have to hope none of our 100 people thought of Tanzania. In that 100-second gap they were given, we're in single figures, still going down with Tanzania, still going... Yep, we've done it. OK. We're 2/3 of the way there to being able to give you this bonus. Ouagadougou is your third and final answer, the one you thought was your best shot at pointless. Let's hope you are right, because if you are, we can give you that bonus and give you a £2,000 jackpot. How many of our 100 people said Ouagadougou? Right. We knew that. Down it goes. You were quite confident this would be pointless. And the others have been. In single figures, still going down with Ouagadougou, still going down, still... We have done it! Very well done indeed! Ouagadougou is your third pointless answer, which means you also get that £500 bonus, and you are now taking home £2,000. Very well done indeed.
Oh, Ellie and Imran, it was an absolute joy to sit here and listen to you deliberating and mentioning all of those different names before you got to, as we say, 3 pointless answers. First time it's happened since I've been sat in this chair. So thank you for that moment as far as I'm concerned, and as well as the viewers at home. But let's have a look at some of the other pointless answers that you might have got. And you could have had Argentina, Central African Republic, Indonesia, and Liechtenstein, which has 4 letters repeated. In fact, every country on that list was pointless, apart from the following, which all scored points. And they were the Netherlands, the United States, Afghanistan, Barbados, Lithuania, Morocco, Namibia, and New Zealand.
Oh, okay.
As for capital cities with at least 2 repeated letters in their names, here are some of the pointless answers you could have had. Buenos Aires, Kuala Lumpur, Ottawa, Wellington. The only scoring answers here were London, Accra, Addis Ababa, Copenhagen, Amsterdam, Canberra, and Tallinn. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Angela. And thanks once again to our winning players, Ellie and Imran, who take away today's jackpot of £2,000. Brilliant work. Join us next time when we'll be putting more obscure knowledge to the test on Pointless. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Angela.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.